Hi guys, welcome to Think IoT Solutions. So in this particular tutorial, we'll be working on color detection in an image. So let's say if you want to detect a blue color object or a red color object in an image, then you can use the techniques that will be discussed in this particular tutorial. So before we go to the coding, so let me just explain about what we are going to do in this method. So I've just taken an example of detecting a blue color in an image, and the first method that we'll be using is we will be extracting the color channels from the color image. That is, if I want to extract the blue channel, I'll be using the array index as 0 as it is the first layer. If I want to extract the green, the array index will be 1, and if I want to extract the red channel, array index will be 2. This particular thing we have seen in the last tutorial. So if you have any doubts, you can just log into that particular video. So first we'll be extracting the blue channel, and then we'll be converting the actual image into a gray image. After that, we'll be subtracting both the images, that is a blue channel and the gray image, and then we'll be doing image thresholding. So you will understand exactly when we do it in the coding part. So let me just go to the coding. So I'm using the same sheet that I was using earlier for all the OpenCV tutorials, and this is the code that I am going to discuss today, that is converting image into its respective color components, that is whether you want to detect blue, green, red based on what is the requirement. So first I'll show you the result and then I'll just explain you. So just have a look at the result first. Okay, so this is the input image that I am taking, right? So this is the input image. So I have written a print statement here just for clarity. So you can see that the input image has got different colors, so red, orange, yellow and blue, purple and green. Now I have written the code such that I want to detect this blue circle only, and I don't want to see any of these in my output. I only want to have this blue circle. So this was the input image. So what I did is I extracted the blue channel. So this is the blue channel. So in the last tutorial I was explaining that the blue channel will have maximum intensity pixels where the color is blue. So as you can see here, the color was blue in the above image. Therefore at this particular point the pixels are almost closer to white. Okay, and here you can see that in the above image the color of those particular circles was red, orange and yellow, and therefore there is no blue content in it. Therefore you can see the blue channel is pretty much dark. Now what I'm doing is I'm printing the gray image. So the gray image, whatever you're able to see here, is just a little bit down, right? So the gray image is this. So I'm just converting the actual color image into a gray image using the functions that was discussed in the last class. I'll be showing the code in a while. So this is a gray image, and now what I'm doing is I'm subtracting the blue channel, that is this, and this particular image. So what happens when I subtract is wherever the blue channel has got maximum, that is the area where the blue channel is maximum, only that area will be preserved and all other area is going to become 0 because of the subtraction. So because I'm subtracting this particular image from this. So the next image, you can see that I have written it as a subtracted image, and you can see I'm just getting the subtracted image something like this. That is, you can see that where the blue part is there I'm getting bright pixels, and all other pixels are becoming 0 in the image. And in this particular place, because there was a little bit of blue content, because the color is purple, therefore I'm getting a very light amount of pixels over there. Now in order to extract these, I have to do a thresholding. So I'll set a particular threshold, and once I set that threshold, this image will be converted to a binary image as we have seen in the last tutorial. So once I apply that particular thresholding, you can see that only the blue circle is visible now. That is, if you go to the color image, you can see that there was a blue circle only at this point, and now you have just extracted that particular blue content and you have given a black and white image. So once you have this particular white here, then you can do further processing on this. So now let us go to the code and see what I have done to get these results. So it is pretty simple. You have seen all these operations before. So what I'm doing is I'm importing cv2, importing numpy and cv2 underscore imshow. Now I'm reading an image. So this is a color image I'm reading from my drive called rgb.png. And as you have seen in the result, I have printed input image. So therefore that input image is printing and I'm showing that particular image using cv2 underscore imshow. So till here I have just read the image and I'm showing that image. Now I am extracting the three channels. In this particular code we need only a blue channel because I am detecting a blue color. But I have also shown how to extract the green and the red channels. So img is my variable wherein the pixels are stored of this particular image. So when I am doing something like this, that is img colon comma colon comma 0, it means I am extracting the first channel, that is a blue channel. When I say colon comma 1, I am extracting the second channel which is green, and colon comma 2, I am extracting the red channel. So I have given the variable names also like that, that is a blue channel is the variable name for all the blue sort of pixels, then green and red. So then I am printing the blue channel as you have seen output a while ago. So I am just saying print blue channel and I am showing that particular channel. So these were the first two steps, that is reading the color image and showing the blue channel. The next was I want to convert the color image into gray image. So this also we had seen in the last tutorial. So I am just initializing a variable called gray and I am using this function cv2.cvtcolor, and you can see here I have used the identifier as cv2.color underscore bgr to gray. So when I write like that, the color image, that is a blue, green, red image, is converted to gray image that I am storing in a variable called gray, and I was just printing the same thing a while ago. Then I am just using another variable called blue and I am using a function in OpenCV, that is cv2.subtract. So I am subtracting the images, that is a blue channel and the gray channel, and once I subtract that, you can see that I am printing the subtracted image and I am just passing this particular variable blue. Then I am doing the thresholding, that is as we have done in the last tutorial, that is using an inbuilt function called cv2.threshold, and I am using this particular variable blue, that is this one. So I am passing that variable here, that is a subtracted image, and I am passing the threshold value as 110, that is anything greater than 110 I want it to be displayed or converted to white. Anything less than that I want to convert it to black. This is shown here. Any value greater than 110 I want to convert it to 255. Any value less than 110 will become black, that is 0. Then I am printing the final image, that is a threshold image, wherein we are able to extract the blue color from the image. So you can use this on any color image, and once again if you want to just see the result, I can just go through it pretty fast. So this is just the color image input that I have taken, that is just colors of different circles. Then I am just extracting the blue channel. So whenever I extract the blue channel, wherever the blue pixels are there, they will become closer to white, so as seen here. So this particular area is becoming white, and then I'm converting a gray image. So when I subtract these two images, wherever I had the blue content, that will remain and all the other content will become 0. So therefore, as you can see here, the subtracted image, only blue content is remaining and the other content is becoming 0. Then I'm setting a threshold only to detect this particular circle, because in purple also there is some part of blue. So therefore this is my threshold image. So this was the result of the above code. So now there is another method, that is a second method, which uses a color space called as HSV color space. So basically HSV color space is hue, saturation and value. So basically in BGR we had three different colors, that is blue, green and red. and in HSV we'll be having different values for different colors. That is, hue is nothing but it just specifies a particular color and what the range of that color is going to be, that is from which value to which value. The saturation is going to tell you how much of that color you need. Saturation 0 means it is like a gray. Saturation 100 means the color is totally what is being specified by the hue. And then the value is the third parameter in this HSV color space, and it specifies the brightness of that color. So the whatever values that we got from BGR, that is blue, green, red, those will be converted to a new color space which is called as a HSV color space, and this HSV color space can be used to detect the blue color or any other color in an image. So let us go to the code. Before we see how to detect a color, what we are going to do is we are going to find out what is the HSV value or what is the hue, saturation and value for a perfectly blue pixel. So what I have done here is I have created a small code to find out what will be the HSV value for a blue pixel. So I have taken a variable called blue here, and I am setting the pixel value as 255, 0, 0. So this is what I am setting. So what happens now is I am using the first layer, that is I am making it 255, the other two layers I am making 0. So when I do that, what it means is the pixel that I am creating now is perfectly a blue pixel because I am using the other two entries as 0. Then I am using a function which is the same function we have used above, that is cv2.cvtcolor. But here I am changing the color space from BGR to HSV. So earlier we used the change from BGR to 0, but in this case we are using a change from BGR to HSV. So basically this function is going to give me an output of HSV corresponding to this particular pixel here. So therefore I am storing that particular variable in HSV underscore blue, and I am printing that particular variable here. So once I print this, I will get what is the hue, saturation and value of a blue pixel. So whenever I run it, you can see that the output will be 120, 255, 255. So 120 is the hue, 255 is the saturation and value is 255. So because I've used a perfectly blue color, the saturation and value are 255 as it is perfectly blue, and the hue value of the blue is 120. So if I want to detect the blue color in my image, my hue value has to be such that this 120 falls in that lower and the upper bound. Therefore, I have written a comment here, that is hue plus 10 and hue minus 10. That is what is going to be our range. So if you just calculate for this result, that is 120, 255, 255. So 120 minus 10 is 110. So I'll be using 110, 50, 50 for the lower blue pixels, and I'll be using 130, that is H plus 10, 255, 255, because this is going to be the maximum value of that particular blue pixel. So using these two limits, let us just see how to detect a blue color in an image. So for that I have written this. So I'll just remove this output so that I'll explain the code first. So what I'm doing is I'm using the same function cv2.imread to read the same image that I was using above, that is the image with the different circles, and I'm just converting this color image into a HSV color space by using the function that was discussed just earlier, cv2.cvtcolor img comma cv2.color bgr to HSV. So color to HSV. So this is what I'm using here. So now HSV variable stores the hue saturation value of that BGR image what we have imported in the first sentence. Then I am using the upper bounds that we have calculated for a blue color. So I am saying blue low, that is a variable, numpy.array 110, 50, 50. Whatever we have got above, those values I am writing here. And blue underscore high is np array 130, 255, 255. So when I am writing these two lower and upper bounds, whatever output I will get, that output will be of the blue color in the image because I am using that particular range. So I'm using a function called cv2.inRange. So I'm just checking whether my pixel values are there in this range or not. And I want to display, or I want to give the output of only those pixel values which are in that range. So I have passed this HSV as my input because this is the hue saturation value of that color image. I'm passing blue underscore low as the first argument, and I'm passing blue underscore high as my second. So therefore when I'm passing like this is my lowest blue color and this is my highest blue color that I can get in HSV. And then I'm printing that particular image input and I'm printing this output mask over here. So when I just run this code, you can see that the output will be first the input image what we are giving, that is the image with the different circles, and then the output is something like this, that is only the blue circle is detected and it is converted into binary image. So this particular function is doing both the things. So it is detecting that blue and it is giving you the output as a binary image wherever that blue circle is there. So this was the color detection using two methods. So you can also think some other algorithms with which you can detect color in an image, but then we have shown these two methods. So you can just change the values and you can operate the same thing for a green or a red image. Thank you.